Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Core Racing Network. Tonight, a special presentation of the UCRL Firebreathers Throwback Cup Series, and this is going to feature the Gen 4 ARCA cars, and we are here in Richmond, Virginia, for a nice little one-off for these guys. These guys earned it from their race last week in the Top Gun Cup, where they went caution-free, but, you know, word around the paddock is they had the cautions turned off. So I might have got swindled here a little bit, but either way, me spending some time here with you guys here for the Firebreathers Throwback Cup Series. And nice size field out here right now. These guys out there for qualifying right now. We'll show you the race info here for the track. It is a nice 69 degrees outside, so the track temperature only 87 degrees, and it's going to make this 3/4 mile track nice and grippy for these guys. So hopefully we'll see some good racing action, and you know, if they do anything like they did last Tuesday at Darlington in the Throwback Cup Series, should be a good one here tonight. Going to be riding solo in the booth here tonight, as my typical co-commentator Jimmy Covert is actually running in the series. And don't everybody fall over. He is running tonight, and he is running on a short track. So you best believe we're going to be keeping an eye on that 14 car tonight. But it is going to be, take a look. I didn't even get a chance to take a look. There are going to be 175 laps here on tap for these guys here tonight. And as I said, a nice size field as right now. We got 25 guys signed up to try and take the green. And JP Phillips is currently on top of the boards, but watching these guys in practice and even here in qualifying, you see the times right there, and it is very, very close across the board. So just trying to take a look, and it looks like pretty much everybody is done with their qualifying. So, you know, why not bring in our man that just loves him some short track racing, and you know, certainly has enough issues with his internet, let alone with short track. But Jimmy, we got you in the booth, but you're not going to be joining me for too long. You're going to be out there on the track. I think you were you're feeding them in hopes that they were bad enough that you didn't have to run the short track here tonight. But unfortunately, you still have internet right now, and you're out there on the track. So tell me what it's like running around these guys for the season so far. It sounds like you've been having some fun with these guys on the other Tuesday nights. Absolutely. Well, we'll wish you good luck, and try not to be too scared out there on the short track. And if we get a chance, we'll try and pull you back in. But before we do, anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to? Absolutely. Well, looking forward to you putting on a show here tonight, so we'll let you go in the car and get you some 175 laps here at Richmond. that is driver of the 14, Jimmy Cover. Quick rundown of the results here from qualifying. JP Phillips on the pole, Colin Weatherholt in second, Jeremy Little, Grady Gherkin, Tommy Ryan making up your top 5. Then you have Jeffers, Bunch, Radcliffe, Brent Kirby, Greathouse, your top 10. Strader, Ryan, Wenzel, Justin Kirby, Matthew Simmons, Glass, Bolster, Covert is your 18. Then you got 19th is Trevor Hunt, 20, Tony Japs, 21, Michael Whitley Jr., 22, Ian Adams, 23, Travis Bennett, 24, Jake Lesh, and then shotgun on the field, 25th is John Williams Sr. But we are getting ready to go here, so let's go ahead and jump over to Barney, the flagman, as we watch his field roll by for their first of 2 pace laps here around the track. And as I said, a nice little field here tonight. And all 25 guys are going to be starting out there, but it is going to be JP Phillips in the 22 on the pole. And try to take a look at the standings here so far. And after 3 races, this is race number 4 for these guys. After 3 races, Travis Bennett is on top of the points. Andrew Radcliffe in second, 16 points behind. Eric Jeffers, Corey Bunch, and Justin Kirby is your top 5. But we are now getting ready to go as the pace car getting ready to turn in. Barney's got that flag raised up high, and he is waving it. We are green flag racing here at Richmond. Some great camera views here on the track, and try to take advantage of as much as possible. But out front, it is JP Phillips getting a good start. Everybody getting out there to a nice clean start. We'll get the track back up here for you. And everybody doing a good job on these opening laps. And it's tough. I mean, you know, we preach it every week to these guys, you know, about patience and you know, understanding that it's 175 laps, but you finally get the green flag. You know, you had your practice time, you had your qualifying time, and you get an itchy trigger finger, or I guess itchy trigger foot, or toe, whatever you want to consider it. But you know, when you got everybody bunched up there together, it's just so easy to try and, you know, jump in and try and take it 2, 3, 4 wide and get as many positions as possible, because that's, you know, the best time that everybody is bunched up, and you're going to be as close to as many cars as possible. But you guys are doing a good job here and stretching it out. And it's Phillips, Weatherholt, Gherkin, Little, and Ryan, your top 5.
Yellow flag is out.
And looks like we have an issue already. This one is possibly going to involve here the 51. I think it's in the 26 involved as well. We'll see what happened. And yeah, the 20... Is that the 25 or 26? Yeah, there's a 26. So let's get a shot of Jeremy Little there. You see just getting a little bit loose, maybe getting down there on the apron and just tagging it, but the 51 getting involved, the 57 of just Brent Kirby getting involved as well. And then looks like John Williams Sr. may have got a little bit of this action as well. 14 right there of Jimmy Covert, working his way around there nicely, just checking up and making it through the melee as Brent Kirby spins it around. So under caution here for the first time here on lap 6. And just want to give a shout out to everybody that's out there watching now and will watch in the future. And thank you guys, as we are, again, still closing in on our mark for the end of the year of 500, but we're only 10 away right now. So thank you for everybody that's out there and has subscribed already. If you haven't, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe here for tonight. Help us out, help these guys out, and help you out. You know, we got plenty of action here on CRN 6 days a week right now, and 8 broadcasts all said and told. So if you like racing, this is the right place to be. So it looks like we might have had some issues once again with Discord here, so I'm gonna go ahead and refresh that, and we'll try and bring Jimmy back in here and get a little in-race interview with him here. Hey Jimmy, we got you back up here in the booth, and it looks like the Discord gremlins won't work for me here, but just get a little take of the first couple laps here from you.
Yeah, right now the inside's pretty dominant, and the guys just got to be a little bit careful. Jerry was talking, he just caught a little bit of the apron down there, kind of bum around, but everything's good to go right now. I'll just kind of slid back a little bit, just kind of let these guys go. I'm just going to kind of take it easy, and we're gonna go with a little bit of attrition this race, I think, here. And the guys were also asking if you were still in the booth after that first caution. I wanted to know if there was like some clause in our contract where you disappeared for the night. So I got a little chuckle out of that. But no, we're still here, boys. Car's still there.
I didn't realize there was an exit clause. I got to relook at my contract here, but I'll let you go back racing there, buddy.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
We are back racing here, and JP Phillips out to another good jump there as Weatherholt jumps back into second place, and yeah, just any little thing tends to go wrong here in the beginning, but we get the kinks worked out, and we'll get back going here. And these guys are back going here now, starting a lap 10 of 175, and certainly a little racy here all throughout the field. And you know, for anybody that's new to the SDK broadcasting overlays here, the orange numbers right there indicates that a car is very close to making a pass, and you see the entire field pretty much on top of each other. If the numbers there go yellow, it means that the lead is kind of stretched out a little bit, usually over a half a second, and then once it gets over a second, it goes to white because the pass is not as imminent. As you see back here, Matthew Greathouse down 2 laps right now in the back of the field. But out front, it is JP Phillips, Colin Weatherholt, Tommy Ryan, Grady Gherkin, Corey Bunch, your top 5. Ratcliffe, Jeffers, Ryan, Strader, Red Kirby, round out your top 10. Richmond, one of those tracks that's just, it can be a little difficult if you don't know how to run the track. And turns 1 and 2 are certainly a lot different than 3 and 4. 1, you're typically going to kind of take it in a little bit wider. You can see guys, especially ones setting up the pass, starting way down at the bottom and trying to run the bottom all the way through 1 and 2. But you really want to make sure you're either on the bottom or kind of angling down coming off of 2, because the track does flatten out as you come off there, and it almost seems like it really kind of tightens as you even look at the track map there, and you see it just kind of really abruptly ends, and that could shoot you out towards the outside wall. Turn 3, you just kind of want to get down to the bottom and really ride that bottom all the way down through 3 and 4 and try and pick up the power as quick as possible, getting onto that front stretch as the back end is going to want to step out as much as it can. Anytime you try and get on the power right there, as you see the 22 just get a little bit sideways coming off the corner, but the start-finish line is kind of in an awkward spot here as well. It's not directly in the middle of the tri-oval on the front. You see it's kind of off towards turn 4 a little bit more, so it gives a little bit more advantage to someone that is leading coming off of turn 4, and not as much of an advantage to somebody trying to make that last-minute pass. But these guys now doing a good job starting to stretch out here once again as we start lap 17. Take a look back here at the battle for second as Tommy Ryan right on the back of Weatherholt trying to figure out a way around him. really the entire field just still kind of right on top of each other. Even taking a look back here at Strader trying to find a way back around Brent Kirby, who has passed him on the restart here. Got Justin Kirby right behind him, so he is in a Kirby sandwich right now. And as you guys know from the Top Gun Cup, the Kirby brothers really don't like each other, and just kind of waiting for them to come to fisticuffs. Hasn't happened yet. Has a good save there from Strader, probably just afraid being in between those two Kirbys right now, but they are now in 9th and 10th as Trevor Hunt going to move on by, Jake Lesh going to move on by as well, as is Wenzel, and looks like Simmons going to look on the outside as well, as that little slide was a good save there from the 29 of Strader, but it's going to fall all the way back now into 15th place. Back a little further in the field, and we battle here as Ian Adams looking for a way around Scott Bolster. And Scott is the owner, operator, setup designer, pretty much everything here for UCRL. So if you're looking to get into a really good league with some top quality talent, certainly get in touch with me or get in touch here with Scott and get yourself into the series here. They run the Gen 4s here on Tuesday nights every other week. On the other weeks is the series that we typically cover, the Top Gun Cup, which is the 87 NASCARs. And then once those seasons end, they run the Man Cave After Dark Truck Series. And from what I hear, it sounds like that is going to be coming back later in the season here as well. So, as you see, a lot of good talent in this field, though. I mean, top to bottom, there's just a lot of really good drivers. Some guys with some higher I rating, which doesn't always necessarily mean they're a good driver, but in this case they are. There's a lot of good drivers here, and if you really test your mettle, definitely get out here. As you see Jimmy Covert back there in 23rd right now. He's typically top 5, worst case top 10 in some of the other core races that he runs in, but over here he's got to kind of feel himself out a little bit, and it doesn't help that he's on a short track here, and you guys that are CRN faithfuls know how much Jimmy loves him some short tracking. Ryan's still up here, looking for a way around Weatherholt, as JP Phillips now starting to stretch out the lead out to about 1.25 seconds. So both Ryan and Bunch trying to find a way around Weatherholt and see if they can maybe start eating into the lead of JP Phillips. But we've seen JP have some good runs over the Top Gun Cup series as well, so he's certainly got plenty of talent out here. And no matter what car he drives. Tommy Ryan has a lot of talent as well. He just cannot get around that 21 right now, though, and it's allowing Weatherholt to fall behind more and more, and it's down now to a 1.4 second lead for JP Phillips. Issue here for Tim Glass. I see him drop back a couple of positions, but I'm not sure what the issue was. As now Jeremy Little has entered pit lane. Oh, okay, that's what I might have seen out the corner of my eye. Little getting into the wall, and he's going to bring it straight down into pit lane. And I don't think that was the pit lane speed there, so it could be a rough night and maybe an early night here for Jeremy Little. And yeah, it looks like he may be out of the race here. These guys slowly starting to reel back in at JP Phillips, though, as it was out to a 1.4 second lead, and now is down under 1.1, so step away for a second, and here comes the field trying to reel him back in. As you can pretty much throw a blanket over second through fifth right now, which is Weatherholt, Ryan, Bunch, Gherkin, and Ratcliffe trying to get into the back of this little group right here. Another good battle towards the back right here as 49 of Simmons trying to work on Michael Whitley Jr. As right behind them, the 19 of Japs and the 45 of Scott Molster doing a little battle themselves. And these guys kind of joked around about it a little bit with them running some different paint schemes, and I'd have to get used to it. And yeah, I mean, just looking at Tony Japs back there, seeing him in the red Dodge paint scheme, I'm so used to seeing him in the Tide. It definitely does look kind of weird. Take a look up here at Grady Gherkin, and kind of same thing. You know, so used to seeing him in a green paint scheme, and the little pickle out there now in a blue, green, and white 46 Logitech, and maybe mixing those colors up a little bit, stripe it on the wall. You see definitely some damage to the paint scheme. Not sure how much it did some damage to the car or not, but he's going to lose a position there to Ratcliffe and fall back into sixth. Phillips still leads, but the lead kind of teetering back and forth right around a second right now. So these guys are definitely running him down a little bit later here in the run. So maybe just using up his tires a little bit too much in the beginning, or maybe he's just kind of falling back and conserving himself right now. But it is certainly getting smaller and smaller as Weatherholt, Ryan, and Bunch all start to close in on your leader. Back here again as Wheeler Jr. for a minute there pulls away from Simmons and joins his own battle as he catches up to the back of Ian Adams, as all three of these guys battle for 16th, 17th, and 18th on the track. Simmons to the high side, but just cannot get it done, cannot get a good enough run to get around Whitley right now. Hopping on board with Whitley Jr. as he looks for a way around the 3 of Ian Adams, and you see some different lines there as the 3 kind of stays down towards the bottom all the way through 1 and 2, whereas the 93 kind of drifts up a little bit and almost diamonds the corner, and does the same thing here in 3 and 4. The 3 certainly getting a little loose down the front stretch. And that's going to anger his tires into 1 and 2, and that allows Whitley Jr. to close right back up on him. But again, just not getting a good enough run. 3 in the wall again on the backstretch. Here, how long these guys need to wait to get on the full power, almost all the way until they get to the start-finish line. It's just really tough. You really just kind of need to feather it and really feel the back end of that car. Finally grab the grip. And it's especially tough when you get into battles like this where you want to try and get on that power that much earlier just to get you a better drive off, as the 93 getting to the inside now. The 3 very close. They're coming off the corner, and 3 getting a little loose, but now a dive to the inside by the 93. Maybe a little touch there. As these guys will now be side by side down to 1, but now the 93 is going to back off, and that's going to allow the 49 of Simmons to get to the outside for a brief moment, but no pass made just yet. as we hop up to the battle right in front, and little teammate on teammate action here as the 29 of Strader and the 33 of Jeff Ryan are doing battle. Either they're doing battle or they're doing some great blocking on Jordan Wetzel behind, and then right behind him the 20 of Travis Bennett, trying to find a way around these guys as well, but they've got a Silver Goodwrench blockade in front of them right now. Lead officially down under 1 second now, but again, just sneaking back up there as the 22 trying a different line up front, but the 99 of Ryan is all over the backside of the 21. You see it right there, trying everything he can to get up there, and not sure if he's just kind of riding right now, and maybe not even looking for the pass, as it looks like we have another one as Matthew Greathouse has jumped into pit lane. Not sure if he is done for the night or not. He was 4 laps down in 24th, as we still have 23 guys on the lead lap. Kind of amazing just watching the front suspension there of the 99, how much it kind of just raises up as they get on the gas. You see how much clearance it is right now, and then they get down in the corner, you see that thing just set down almost all the way on the splitter, and almost all the way up on the backside of that 21. Still battling back here is Ian Adams now starting to slide back a little bit, and he slides into the wall. And looks like he's going to dive it down into pit lane. Going to get it locked up and make a pit stop here as he took a hard impact. You see the damage on the outside there of the 3. As I think those tires were starting to give up on him. Already lost a few positions before he came into the pits there. But there's your lead. It is no longer out to 1.4 seconds. It is down to 0.4 seconds. And these guys, Weatherholt and Ryan, have been nice and patient and maybe working together. Maybe that's why Ryan has not tried to make that pass. They're just trying to work together. But we've got a caution now, and it involves one of the Goodwrench machines that we've seen earlier. That is Christian Strader. We'll take a look exactly what happened. I was going to get a little help there from the 20 of Travis Bennett, and that's going to spin him directly around. And waiting for the field to clear before he turns that thing back around, but doesn't look like too much damage on the 29, so he will get that thing back rolling and see if he can charge back up through the field. Pit lane extremely busy. Everybody coming into the pits except for Ian Adams. He's going to stay out here and maybe try and grab a lap lead, or maybe get the waiver out of the way. It looks, yeah, he was a lap down there from coming into pit lane. So he will end up joining the pace car out here, and he is now back on the lead lap, and he needs to get a wave around to rejoin the field. But an opportune time for the yellow to come out here for the 3, as it's going to get him back on the lead lap, and just kind of an earlier pit stop than everybody else, as he pitted on lap 49, where all these other guys here are pitting on lap 52. So either way, it's going to work out nicely here for Ian Adams. Going to join the back of the field, and won't have to be driving around for quite some time trying to fight and get that lap back. He's going to get it back right away, as it's going to put 22 guys on the lead lap. John Williams Sr., the first one lap down, Matthew Greathouse is out of the race in 24th, and then Jeremy Little out of the race in 25th. While we got a chance, we'll bring in our in-race reporter here, Jimmy Covert. And Jimmy, we are now 54 laps into this race, and you're still kind of hanging out in the back. Is it still just, waiting patiently at this point?
Yeah, man, these guys got a heck of a pace to keep up, and I'm still kind of getting used to the car. It's got a lot of gas, especially getting off of 4. Send you sideways if you're not careful. I don't know if you're going to follow me or not, but there's been a few times the rear ends wanting to come around on me, but catch it, let up a little bit, and just try to get behind somebody. And the leaders were coming, so I figured I'd be eventually maybe watching some of their lines. But right now I'm just kind of hanging out behind Tim Glass and Scott Bolster, just kind of showing me the way to get around here at this pace. And we'll see how things pan out. We're only at 55 laps of 175, so plenty of racing to go, and I'm sure plenty of action.
Yeah, it seemed like there was plenty of action going on in front of you. There was certainly some passing, and it seems like passing opportunities are going to be out here tonight at Richmond. It's not always the case, but it seems like there's a few different lines you can run in both corners.
Yeah, you can run the extreme low line. There's a middle line, and there's also like an upper middle that seems to work as well. So we'll see how this rest of this race goes, but I'm expecting another long green on here.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to it and see if we can start seeing that 14 go up through the field.
All right, Carl, I'll talk to him.
At the driver there at the 14, Jimmy Covert, as we are lights out, getting ready to go one more time. And it is going to be JP Phillips at the front of the pack once again. And he's on the loud pedal. We're racing here again at Richmond. Restart by all these guys once again, and it is JP Phillips out there to about a half a second lead already out front over Weatherholt in second, Ryan back in third, Bunch in fourth, Ratcliffe in fifth. So not that much change here in the top five, and really not much change since the start of the race, as Phillips and Weatherholt both started on the front row. Ryan is up 2 spots, Bunch up 3 spots, Ratcliffe up 3 spots. But your biggest mover in the race is Jake Lesh in the 7, as he is up 16 spots, started back there in 24th, second last on the field, but he has found a way to move himself all the way up into the top 10, now in 8th place, and doing a good job. And a good looking paint scheme right there with the 7. Another one that is a big mover is the 20 here of Travis Bennett. He started back there 1 spot in front of Jake Lesh. He started 23rd, up 13 positions here for the old school Tony Stewart inspired paint scheme right there at the Home Depot, number 20. Close racing action here, as Brent Kirby going to go for the move on the inside of the 81 of Wenzel, and very close there mid-corner. Give the edge to Kirby, and he's going to have the position as they head into 1. Strader already making some progress, move his way back up through the field as he battles down the outside of Tony Chaps for 18th. Gonna have to fall back in line and remount another move here as right behind Jimmy Covert, keeping a close eye on these guys in this battle and trying to pick up on some moves here as we will jump on board here with Jimmy for a couple laps and let you watch Strader try and make moves here on Japs. Much the tires are just screaming, and be real interested to see what these tires are after a long green flag run, because Richmond not exactly the most banked track out here. It's kind of a flatter track here, even though it is a 3/4 mile tri-oval, and it almost seems like it's got about the same amount of banking as like a New Hampshire. I'll try and take a look at what it tells me what the banking is here, if it does tell me. In the meantime, Strader is now working on the inside again of Tony Japs, but Japs not going away easily as he's going to fight back on the outside, and more often than not that outside line coming off of turn 2 is actually kind of the preferred line. You just get a little bit straighter of a launch coming off the corner, where the guy in the bottom is just kind of working, trying to get that throttle down on the inside. And you see that's why Japs still has the advantage there on the outside. It's the inside seems to be where you want to go to make the pass, but it's not that easy sometimes. Sometimes it's actually the outside, and getting a good run and hoping that guy on the inside gives you a little bit of an opportunity on the outside to make that pass, but not so right now, as it looks like we have a third casualty here for the night, and that's going to be the 5 of John Williams Sr. He's going to be done and out of the race here in 23rd as Japs gets very close to the back of Bolster. Up front, it is still Phillips, but not pulling away this time, as Weatherhold is right there within a half a second. Ryan right behind him, Bunch right behind him as the top 4 breaking away here a little bit, as it's almost about a second back to Ratcliffe in 5th. Getting back to my comment earlier in regards to the banking. It is actually 14 degrees banking in the turns, 8 degrees at the start line, and 2 degrees on the backstretch. And as I said, it's pretty much in par with New Hampshire, with New Hampshire being 12% in. Actually, reading that wrong. Yeah, 12% in the upper lanes there at New Hampshire. So right about the same amount when you get up to the top side of New Hampshire. So a little bit flatter of a track. So it certainly is going to take some wear on the tires, especially that front right if you're driving it hard into the corners. and then, you know, it kind of wears off that right rear as you're trying to get on that power and getting that thing a little bit loose. So the right side's certainly screaming here. The one person that is happy is JP Phillips, still out front and doing a fantastic job. Take a ride on board again and give you the gearbox cam, and looking back there at the 99 again, as requested out there by AJ Connors. And yeah, it's a fun little cam, and just to show you how much these cars are moving up and down. It just goes to show you how much more this is. You know, this is a simulator, and it simulates anything and everything that these cars are doing in a fantastic way. Jumping out onto the nose of Rhine. Idea of the banking here, or the lack thereof here on the gyro cam inside the car. Japs still going at it back and forth. Neither of them wants to give up the position. Strader getting wicked loose coming off the corner right there, so we're going to have to back off once again and remount another charge to try and get around that 19. Strader started up towards the front in 11th, but a couple little bobbles have slid him back here towards the back, and then obviously getting tagged by the 20 in the latest caution has put him all the way in the back, and has worked his way up here a little bit, but just in a traffic jam here behind the 19. And I guess Dodge is better than Chevy here so far in this early run, as we're about halfway through this race. This is the best battle on the track right now, other than taking a look back here at Scott Bolster, who's going to go to the inside now of Ian Adams. You see, just a little tough getting the power down on the inside coming off the corners there, as Jimmy getting a full look at this battle right here. Just keeping himself and nice distance behind in case anything happens here, as we are at near the halfway point. I had to do some math here real quick and just put my tongue. We are getting close to halfway, and Jimmy Cover getting close to a pass here, and everybody hold your breath as Cover threatened to jump into the top 20 there for a second. Take a look up a little bit further and find another battle that seems like it's been going on since the drop of the green flag, and that is the battle between the 93 of Whitley Jr. and the 49 of Matthew Simmons. And same thing with these guys, just nobody wanting to give an inch. This is one of your closer battles here on the track. as these guys chase down the other silver good wrench of Jeff Ryan, the 33. Good run to the corner there from the 49, but having to check up really hard as he got on the backside of that Krispy Kreme at number 93. Of Simmons just seeming like he's playing peekaboo back and forth with the 93 right now. Just waiting for a mistake and trying to capitalize on it not happening just yet, and that's allowing the 29 of Strader as there is your mistake. And Simmons now going to go by, or at least get to the outside. And yeah, he will finally make the pass on Whitley. But that's allowed the 29 of Strader, who was finally gotten past Japs, jump right into this battle. So maybe just a little bit of patience behind the 19 has kept those tires nice and cool, and now you can start making moves on the rest of this field. Battle for the lead is starting to heat up, and it has changed hands, and we'll show you exactly how that happened as Weatherholt finally making the pass here on JP Phillips. As Phillips put up a strong battle on the outside, Weatherholt just getting a good enough run to clear him on the backstretch. You can throw a blanket over the top 5 right now as Weatherholt, Ryan, Phillips, Bunch, and Ratcliffe all on top of each other right now. As Ratcliffe on the inside of Bunch, and there's the battle for 4th place. As JP Phillips is now fallen back behind Tommy Ryan as well, so back to 3rd place. And now Ratcliffe looking to make a move as well, so later in this run, it seems like that 22 falls off just a little bit, and we need to figure out towards the end of this race how he can keep that speed in there and keep that lead. But as it stands right now, still in good shape in 3rd place, but these guys are getting hungry, and they're tired of seeing that 22, I think, up front. And if Ratcliffe doesn't get around the 22 in a hurry, he might see 21 and 99 still hooked up together and walking away. You can see from the camera angle there how much the 24 fighting that wheel coming off the corner, trying to keep the grip in the car. 13 of Corey Bunch watching this, as is the 46 of Gritty Gherkin. Ratcliffe going to make the pass, and a little bit loose is the 22 out of the corner. It's going to allow the 13 to get to the inside. Gherkin also on the inside. And JP Phillips now just trying to avoid getting freight trained at this point, but just cannot get that car back underneath him. And he is going to fall back to 6th position. So your new leader out front is Colin Weatherholtz, but as has been the entire race so far, that 99 of Tommy Ryan pretty much locked to that back bumper and will not let the 21 get away. Ratcliffe now in third and trying to run these guys down and join this little train up front, but they've got about a 3/4 second lead on him right now as the field really starting to spread out now, and not too many battles left on the track. We'll take a look back here at Michael Whitley Jr. as he has now caught up to the back of the 33 of Jeff Ryan, and getting a little loose coming off the corner right there. Haven't talked too much about a couple guys out here, and one of them being 4 of Eric Jeffers, as he is right behind the 57 of Brent Kirby right now. These guys in 8th and 9th position, but doing a good job and just kind of hanging out most of the race. He started in 6th place and finds himself currently in 9th, and he is now in the Kirby sandwich as Brent is in front of him and Justin is behind him. And right in front of them is that 22 of Phillips, as he is now falling back behind Jake Lesh as well, who was up 18 spots. So that 7 may not have had the speed in qualifying, or maybe just made a mistake, but certainly has the race pace to move his way up through this field. Six laps in the book, as we've got 69 laps to go. And another pass for the lead. We'll take a look at it right now. Tommy Ryan sees that 24 starting to catch up, and now he decides it's time to go. Moves to the outside of Weatherholtz and going to take the lead pretty easily without too much trouble. So move the 99 of Ryan up to first. 21 is going to stay in second right now, but Ratcliffe is closing up on the back of Weatherholtz, and we're starting to see Tommy Ryan now find a groove, and he is out to a half a second lead already very quickly, as he is stretching his legs and maybe finding that groove here late in the run, as these guys have been on a nice little run here for about 57 laps now since their last pit stop. JP Phillips continues to slide back and now falling into the hands of Eric Jeffers, already getting passed by Brent Kirby. Eric Jeffers now on the inside. This is the battle now for 8th position. Jeffers going to have to fall back, and Justin Kirby catching up to both of these guys. So I'm not sure if there's trouble with the 22, or if those tires have just completely given up on him. But the speed that we've seen from JP Phillips early in this race is just not there right now. He seems struggling coming off of turn 4. As Jeffers going to look for a pass, but that's going to allow Justin Kirby to get to the inside for a brief moment, but those guys will straighten out, and now Justin Kirby again back to the inside, but that outside does have the good run coming off the corner, and you see the 4 just pulling right back in front. Ratcliffe has now caught the back of Weatherholtz and trying to go to work on him. Very close to contact right there coming off the corner, but Ratcliffe going to back out of that for now and mount another charge as they head into turn 3. out front, Ryan has already gapped these guys by over a second. So maybe all that time behind Weatherholt was just him allowing his tires to stay nice and cool and keep all that grip in them. And as soon as he got the lead, he was shot out of a cannon. Eric Jeffers finally making the pass there on JP Phillips as we see pit lane start to get a little busy. Justin Kirby in pit lane, Travis Bennett in pit lane, as is Jeff Ryan. So these guys are into pit stop number 2 here, and this should be enough to take them all the way to the end of the race. Fred Kirby now pulling off JP Phillips, Trevor Hunt also off, Jordan Wenzel in the pits. Take a look up here at your leader, out to almost a 1.5 second lead. And when will our top guys come into the pits? Right now, the top 9 have yet to pit as Strader makes his way up into the top 10 once again. Now Weatherholt and Jeffers going to pull off, so second place is going to drop down into pit lane. And that's going to move Ratcliffe into second. Can he eat into this gap at all before either of these guys come into pit lane? And he's not going to, because he's coming into the pits right now. That's going to move Gurkin into second, Bunch into third, Lesh into fourth. So Lesh at this point, still going to make a pit stop, but up 20 spots from the starting position. Pretty amazing. And don't look now, but the 14 of Jimmy Covert still has to pit, but up in the top 10 for the first time tonight. But your leader, Tommy Ryan, now in the pits. It's going to hand over the lead to Grady Gherkin, Corey Bunch out there, Jake Lesh, and Jimmy Covert, Tim Glass, still all yet to pit. As Gherkin trying to stretch this thing out and have some fresh tires for the end, but looks like he is slowing down. And yeah, he's going to sacrifice that lead to Corey Bunch, who's going to stay out there for another lap. See if 13 comes in this time by. Doesn't look like it's going to stay out one more time, as Jimmy Covert going to now move into second place. He's trying to stay out there and get a lap led before he comes in. Top 3 have yet to pit. Everybody else has touched pit lane, so a caution right now would be absolutely crazy to shake up this field. But as it stands, Bunch and Covert have yet to pit. Glass now coming into pit lane. Bunch stays out for another lap, and taking a look at how everything is shook out from the pit stops, it is Ratcliffe that is out there in front. Tommy Ryan, not sure what happened, but not a good pit stop for Ryan, as he's going to drop all the way back into 6th place right now. As it shakes out, he'll be in 4th. Behind Ratcliffe, Weatherholt, and Justin Kirby. But Corey Bunch must have really stuffed that thing full of fuel, as he is still out there. Jimmy Covert also still out there in 2nd place. Probably hoping that Bunch just comes in the pits already so he can get that lap led, but Bunch going to stay out for another lap. And right now I think Bunch is just hoping and praying for the caution to really set him up for a nice run here at the end, as we've got 51 laps to go. And now the 13 going to dive down to the inside and make his pit stop. Does Jimmy Covert have enough fuel to get around one more time and lead a lap? I mean, at this point, Jimmy sacrificed the rest of the race, just clutch that thing in, get that lap led. And he indeed is gonna go around one more time. Jimmy Covert on a short track has got a lap led. And actually, I bite my tongue because I'm not sure if he got to that line before your previous leader of Bunch got to it, but now he will, as Ratcliffe right there close to behind him, but now Covert does indeed lead a lap, so congrats to my fellow broadcaster finally getting it done, but now he is a roadblock and about to get run over by the 3 and 24 as Jimmy, I think it's time to bring that 14 into pits, and yeah, he is going to listen to me, whether he's actually listening to me or not, but in the pit lane, and giving the lead now to Andrew Ratcliffe, who's got about a half a second lead, but Colin Weatherholt right behind him. Tommy Ryan has made his way up into 3rd place, trying to run these guys down. And if this thing goes green the rest of the way, I feel it's got to favor Ratcliffe and Ryan. Weatherholt had some pretty decent speed and was able to hold off Ryan for quite some time, but Ryan seemed to have a really, really good car on the long run. We'll see how it works here as we are under 50 laps to go. Only 17 drivers now left on the lead lap. As we take a run through the field, Andrew Ratcliffe is in 1st place. Colin Weatherholt in 2nd. 3rd place, the 99 Tire Pros of Tommy Ryan. 4th is the Black Magic of Brett Kirby. 5th is the OMG Paint Shop of Justin Kirby. 6th is Eric Jeffers in the throwback to Ernie Irvin there in the Kodak number 4. JP Phillips in the Mobile 122 in 7th place. Brady Gherkin in the Logitech 46 in 8th. Travis Bennett in the Home Depot number 20 in 9th. Jake Lesh looking to work his way back up through the field again. The Earls number 7. Trevor Hunt in 11th place. Matthew Simmons in 12th. Corey Bunch in 13th in the 13. Michael Whitley Jr. finds himself now up into 14th position. Christian Strader up into 15th. Jeff Ryan in 16th. Scott Bolster, your last man on the lead lap, in 17th. Ian Adams, the first car lap down, in 18th as he slides back a little bit further. Jimmy Covert in 19th. Jordan Wenzel in 20th. Tim Glass just getting past there in 21st. Tony Japs in 22nd. Those are the cars that are still running here in the race, as the 5 of John Williams Sr. out of the race in 23rd. The 51 Matthew Greathouse out of the race in 24th, and then the 26 of Jeremy Little out of the race in 25th. Tommy Ryan has indeed made his way around Colin Weatherholt, so now it is a 2-man battle up front, and he is running down Ratcliffe. The question is, who is saving? Who is going for right now? Ryan closing in on the back of the 24. I can imagine if you're Tommy Ryan at this point, he's been close behind a car the entire race so far. It's been Colin Weatherholt for most of it. Now he's behind Andrew Ratcliffe, but he got a little taste of the lead and some fresh, clean air out front, and it did wonders for him as he jumped out to a nice lead as soon as he got it. So you know that's what he's looking for again, and Possibly the lap car of Scott Bolster may play a little part in this as well, depending on how and when they catch him. Over the backside of the 24, swiping right on him. Getting a run out of the corner, and now look to the inside for the lead is Ryan as they head into turn 1. Side by side, but Ratcliffe getting a good run on the outside, and they'll still be side by side, but a little loose on the inside is the 99. He's gonna have to back off and try and mount another charge. I think at this point a good view would be from the backside of the 45 of Bolster as he watches these guys duel back and forth.
Caution, yellow flag.
And the caution flag flies. Looks like it involved the 58 of Justin Kirby. Oh, he gets into the back of the 46 of Gherkin. Great save by Gherkin there, getting it straightened back out. Take a look at that one more time. I'll show you the 360 save here from Gherkin, as Jeffers just sneaks by on the outside, JP Phillips on the inside. But that is going to bring us a late race caution here. We've got 31 laps to go. And pit lane is once again busy, and no surprise here. These guys coming in are going to get some fresh tires. And this could be the last pit stop, at least tire-wise, for the rest of the race, unless we get one right at the end of the race. And even then, I'd be wondering if guys won't even come in and give up that track position. It's like Eric Jeffers just sliding through his pit stop a little bit. Who is going to come out of pit lane first? Run to the line, and that was extremely close. I'm not sure who got that one. It's like Matthew Simmons electing to stay out. We'll see if he comes in this time by. He indeed will do so, and it looks like Ratcliffe may have gotten that. Well, we got some time. We'll take a look. Rewind that back and watch that one more time in slow-mo coming off the line, because this could very well pay dividends. And show you how close this was coming to the line, and just by about a fender, the 24 gonna take the lead coming off of pit road. So we'll bring him back up into the booth one more time. And Jimmy, congrats on the lap led. We were certainly watching it the entire time here and waiting for it to happen. We thought maybe it happened, but I wasn't sure if Bunch still had the lead as you came by the line, but then he had enough fuel to go one more lap as You go into turn one, and as soon as you led that lap, they were just all over the backside of you. So tell me what it's like out there right now. You're inside the top 20, and it's been about 150 laps so far in this race, but you got a nice little short shoot here. Is it go time yet?
Yeah, it's definitely go time for a lot of them guys up front. I'm just going to ride around the back. These guys are strong competitors, and they like to race, so I don't know if that's the last caution for the night. I've been doing a great job so far. 147, around lap 147, 175, 148, because I'm one lap down.
Yep, you're one lap down, yeah.
Yeah, so but I'm just going to hang out back here and just kind of see what happens.
Well, you're in the lucky dog position. You got Jordan Wetzel getting the waiver out right now, so good luck getting that lap back, and maybe we'll see a late charge from that 14.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a couple more spots.
Sounds good, buddy. All right, again, the driver of the 14, the Jimmy Covert, and out front it is going to be Andrew Ratcliffe, Tommy Ryan on the front row, Colin Weatherholtz, Corey Bunch on the second row, Grady Gherkin, Brett Kirby, JP Phillips, Jake Lesh, Eric Jeffers, and Travis Bennett making up your top 10, and we are getting ready to go green once again, and Ratcliffe not wasting any time. He's on the loud pedal. We're racing here again at Richmond. 26 laps to go as they head into turn one.
The yellow flag is out.
And we've got some major carnage in turns 3 and 4. Take a look at what started it. And it looks like the 33 maybe just getting into the backside of the 93. And then the 58 into the back of the 45. Trying to lock it up, but just not early enough. And right there, Jimmy Covert getting into the back of the 58 as well. So we'll take a look at that one more time from the onboard of Jimmy Covert. And you see already the cars sideways up front, and not really much time to react as you hear Jimmy trying to get down through the gears and get that thing down low, but unfortunately does not happen. And could have been the lucky dog, but unfortunately not going to be the case. He's going to have to get into the pits and get some damage repaired on that one. Most of the guys are going to stay out here other than the ones that were caught up in that little mix-up. So it is still going to be the same guys out front: Ratcliffe, Ryan, Weatherholtz, Bunch, your top 4, Gherkin, Kirby, JP Phillips, Jeffers, Lesh, and Bennett, your top 10. No surprise here, just getting a little bit racier here at the end of the race. I mean, these guys had a fantastic race up to this point. I'm not going to bother looking at my contract to see what the exit clause is here to leave this early, because I definitely want to see how this thing is going to end. And great race so far. We had a few different leaders. JP Phillips leading most of the early race before Tommy Ryan took over for a little spell. We got the caution and it shook everything up. Ratcliffe ended up getting the lead, and now Ryan is being the one chasing once again. Weatherholtz was out there for a slight bit as well before Ryan took the lead earlier. So 4 different leaders so far in this race. I mean, we had a couple more when you bring in the pit stops under green, but racing-wise, 3 of the 4 are in the top 3 positions right now. JP Phillips back there in 7th. Kind of once he lost that lead and started falling back through the field, that just has not regrouped yet, and maybe that car just not handling that well back in traffic as it was out front. with that clean air. But as we cross the line right now, the pace car lights are going to go out going green next time by, and it's going to be 20 laps to go. Still have 21 drivers running in this race. Justin Kirby now out of the race as well in 22nd. But it is 20 to go. It is go time here at Richmond. And Ratcliffe on the loud pedal, and we're racing here again, but big damage in the back. And just, I think, a little bit of an accordion effect right there. The 29 getting involved. And I think about 4, 5, 6 cars involved in that one. Let's take a look at it one more time here. As looks like the 4 a little bit slow on the start, that backs up to 20, which backs up to 29. And then the 49 gets into the back of him, and that starts the melee right here as he hooks himself into his teammate. The 33 involved, the 93 involved. The 3 gets a big shot. Looks like the 19 into the back of the 45. So the big one here at Richmond, and it happens with 20 to go. As you want to talk about the front stretch being literally blocked, that's exactly what it was, as the 81 had to go through the grass just to get around. So more laps under caution is just music to Andrew Ratcliffe's ears, as he certainly has the preferred position right now. He gets to control the restarts here. He gets to try and hold off Tommy Ryan here for the end. Can still weather Holden Bunch in 3rd and 4th. Gherkin and Brett Kirby in 5th and 6th. JP Phillips, Jake Lesh, Eric Jeffers, and Travis Bennett making up your top 10. And then you have Hunt, Adams, Simmons, Bolster, Wenzel, your 15. 16th is Jeff Ryan, Strader, Whitley Jr., Jimmy Coverts, and Tony Jabs in your top 20. And then the last car running right now is Tim Glass in 21st. It's like Whitley Jr. taking advantage of being the last car in the lead lap, coming into pit lane. Get back out before the field catches him. Should be 2 laps still green right now, as this field starting to bunch up a little bit already and getting itchy to get this thing back underway. It'll be 14 laps to go, and time is ticking down. Will we get a green flag run till the end? Will we have some more cautions marring up the end of this race? It was certainly good for the first half, maybe 2/3 of the race, but now guys just, getting their itchy trigger toes once again. So pace car lights are indeed out, and we are 1 to green here. 14 laps to go at the line. It is Ratcliffe and Ryan at the front. Weatherhold and Bunch in the 2nd row. So who do you guys have out there? Who do you think is going to bring this thing home, as it is certainly down to the end right now? A lot of guys still up there in the mix of this thing, and a lot of things can still happen. And you never know what happens when you get to a battle for the lead. Ratcliffe and Ryan certainly have a lot of speed and maybe the most speed in the field, but they get mixed up and dusting up each other. It could be anybody in this field. We're about to find out as we are green flag racing again. Ratcliffe on the loud pedal nice and early, and Weatherholt almost gets to the inside of the 99, but not going to happen. They dive down into turn 1, and Ryan getting a great run through turn 2. Almost had a chance to make a move, but going to fall into line. Right up on the back bumper still is Ryan, trying to figure out a way to get around Ratcliffe right now. As mentioned earlier, Ratcliffe is in second in points, only 16 behind Travis Bennett. Bennett right now in a battle himself for 10th position with Trevor Hunt. Laps to go here at Richmond. Does Ratcliffe have enough to hold off Ryan as Ryan dives it down to the inside of 1? Not going to get there just yet, but certainly sizing him up, and Weatherholt just licking his chops right behind these guys, waiting for his opportunity to pounce. Bunch is not too far back as well. Gherkin in 5th place. JP Phillips up to 6th. Trying to mount a late race charge as those 6 have kind of broken away a little bit from the rest of the field. But it is still Ratcliffe out front. Ryan trying to get a run off the corner, just nothing happening quite yet. Once these guys get to it, the laps click down very quickly at about 22.5 seconds a lap, and a look to the inside there from Ryan, but a little opportunistic. He's going to back out of it, and they will be nose to tail once again down the backstretch. Seems like that 99 just has a better job of getting all the way down to that yellow line and kind of hooking it around the corner. The 24 up off the corner just a little bit, and that's the advantage that the 99 has right now to gain back in on your leader, but it is still all Ratcliffe and Ryan the one trying to figure out a way to get around. This time at the line, we will have 5 to go as Weatherholt throwing his name back in the mix here, jumping up right behind Ryan, but neither guy is able to make a move right now, and even the 13 a bunch catching up to these guys as well. Ryan trying to figure out a way to get a run as he gets a little loose coming off the 2 right there. It's certainly not going to help him out at all. Closing back in. 4 laps to go here at Richmond. Another run into the corner there, and Ryan gets close, but I feel like it's almost Ratcliffe baiting him there to try and drive deep into the corner as he gets a good run off the corner onto the backstretch. And we are down to 3 to go, and now Ryan having to do a little defense on Weatherholt. And this is allowing Ratcliffe to stretch out a little bit. Ryan drives it deep into 3 and 4, and he's going to catch right back up to the backside. But only 2 laps to go now in this race. He's going to have to make a move. He's going to have to make it soon. Down to about 1 mile left in this race, and it is still Ratcliffe Ryan all the way to the backside. Big slide by the 24 as they take the white flag. Is that the opportunity that Ryan needs? He's going to dive it down into turn 1. Gets a bumper to the inside, but not going to get the drive off the corner. It's still going to be the 24. Does he have the grip in 3 and 4? He's going to look to the outside, but not gonna happen. It is Ratcliffe for the win. Ryan gonna hold off for second, Weatherholt third, Bunch fourth, Gherkin in fifth. JP Phillips had a great battle back there, but he's gonna finish in sixth. Kirby, Jeffers, Bennett, and Lesh, your top 10. Great finish by these guys here. And a great job by both Travis Bennett and Jake Lesh. They were the movers of the race, moving up 14 positions for both of them, finishing both in the top 10. But Ratcliffe was the man here at the end. He gets it done at Richmond in the Firebreathers Throwback Cup Series. Watching the celebrations here from the 24-year winner, and certainly well deserved. We will go ahead and start bringing in your top 3 here in the race, and we are going to start with your third place finisher, the 21 of Colin Weatherholt. And Colin, I mean, a great race all in all. You were up there the entire time. You had a little bit of a run out front, but you're watching these guys for the last restart there, the 24 and the 99, and were you just kind of waiting back there patiently for them to start doing their battling? Were you trying to do your best to try and catch up? What was the mindset there at the end?
Hey, Carl. Yeah, the mindset at the end was just kind of to survive, you know. I'm like the new kid on the block here in the league, and I knew that Tommy and Andrew were going to fight till the end, and I knew that they were also good enough to probably not make a mistake and really give me an open door. So I was really just I wanted to pass Tommy, but I also didn't want to lose the opportunity of him maybe getting in there a little too hot and slipping up and ruining my opportunity. I don't think I was really faster than either of them. I just had the advantage of being the third car in line and got to run a little bit different lines than them there at the last 10 laps. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. I like a little sprint there at the end. It was a good time.
Yeah, you kind of had 2 opportunities there. You had a little opportunity with maybe 2-3 laps to go there to get to the inside of Ryan as he kind of slipped up a little bit. And then right at the end, you seen the 24 get a little sideways coming to the white flag. Did you think that might have been an opportunity to get back up there?
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of a funny position being in third, because you know you're not just going to pass one guy and be in the lead. You got to pass 2, so you're really banking on a couple things happening for you to take advantage of it. And I didn't want to go cheese Tommy if he was avoiding a mistake from Andrew, and I just wanted to keep the nose clean and bring home a good finish here for my first appearance in the league. So
either way, it worked out nicely here for you. You get a third place finish and a good run altogether here for the night. So before we let you go and celebrate with the guys, anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, just a big shout out to PG13 Racing and the Black Magic Motorsports guys for letting me join in with them and hang out in the Discord and inviting me over. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, great race here, great third place, and good luck to you on the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you.
At your third place finisher, the 21 of Colin Weatherholt. Now we'll bring in our runner-up here tonight, and that is the 99 of Tommy Ryan. And Tommy, heck of a race out here for you tonight, and it seemed like you were just kind of biding your time, riding around behind the 21 for most of the first half of that race. But as soon as you got to that lead, that 99 just kind of shot out of a cannon late in that run, and you were looking good. But unfortunately, the cautions, started breeding cautions there at the end. You find yourself behind the 24. So Walk us through the race and how can everything panned out for you?
Yeah, I was just trying to keep the right rear on it. It was, this thing was really kind of loose. If you abused it, put a lot of pressure on it. So I was content just riding behind Colin. So it was, I was just trying to control the race the best I could and just keep track position. I didn't want to be back in the swamp, and it's arrows real bad back there, and just somebody makes a mistake, you usually get caught up in something. So I was just trying to run my race and just keep track position and be there at the end, which I was. But on the restarts, man, it's so hard to get the power down, and when the leader fires and he's gone, and then everybody's got fresh tires, the only way you're gonna do anything is you're gonna move him, and it's not typically the way I race. So I wasn't gonna do that to Andrew. I mean, he got the lead, he deserved it. But I mean, I was going to obviously I pressured the hell out of him, but he just didn't make a mistake. So hats off to him, he did a great job.
Yeah, it looked like a couple times he kind of drifted up a little high in turn one there and gave you an opportunity to get down to the inside. And you really drove it deep in there. Do you think that was him making a mistake, or do you kind of feel like it was kind of him baiting you a little bit to really drive those front tires off and allow him to get a good run off the backstretch?
He was probably overshooting the corner a little bit, but I could get down in there. But the problem is when you got wheel in this thing and you're trying to put power down, man, it's just coming around. You can't get to the throttle. So with him on the outside, it's just you can't really do anything. And I tried to bomb it in on the outside of him in turn 3 one time, and by the time I get the thing cut, he's gone because he's got fresh tires. So it's just you're just riding in tire tracks unless you do something really dirty. So that's, like I said, that's really not me. But a great run. Still finished second, got us a podium. And Colin, my teammate back there, he's third. So it was a fun race. I mean, the thing was a blast to drive, man. You're basically trying to get to the throttle, and you're spinning tires up all the way down the back and the front, and you're just trying to maintain that right rear, just not to piss it off too bad where you're not getting grip anywhere. Because once you touch the throttle and it's really mad, it's not going to do you any favors.
Yeah,
so,
it kind of sounds like Richmond in a nutshell with just about any car that you take here, unless maybe you take like the Pontiac Solstice here. It's either way, you're going to be trying to work and get that power down as much as possible. But you did a good job out here tonight. You got some laps led. Unfortunately, you come up as the the bridesmaid here tonight, but you made a heck of a battle and a heck of an effort to try and get that win here tonight. Congrats on the second place, and anybody you want to go a shout out to or thanks to before we let you go?
Yeah, thanks to my teammates, Black Magic Motorsports, and you guys putting on the broadcast, and the league owner, man, he's got his hands full trying to get these setups and stuff and ironed down before we race and get everybody some practice, time to do all that. So thanks for Scott, everything he does. And that's about it. Tire Pros. Everybody go buy your tires at Tire Pros. But yeah, that's it.
There you go. All right, well, congrats once again on your second place, and good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it, man.
At your second place finish with the 99 of Tommy Ryan, and now your winner here tonight, the 24 of Andrew Ratcliffe. And judging by the Discord, he pretty much called his shot here. He said he's really good at Richmond. There's not that much talent in the league here, and he's just going to walk away to a victory. Does it sound about right there?
No, I had to earn this one. No, it's not my best track, but I think this one was won on a green flag pit stop sequence. I felt like I was the better out of the top 5. I was by far the best car after lap 50 because I would run those guys down. I ran them down the first time. The second time I ran them down as well. And one of the things I practice every week is getting on and off pit road, and it got me the lead there. And I knew the 99 was closing before the yellow came out, but I felt like as the run went on, I would eventually pull back away just because I was catching them all on the longer run.
Yeah, it seemed like you kind of nailed it on the head right there with the green flag pit stop, because Ryan was in the lead, and you short pit him a little bit there, but getting in and off pit road, it seemed like that was really the benefit that got you the lead. You were out there in the front, and it looked like it was going to be okay as the 99 and the 21 kind of fell back there at the end, but you made it interesting getting a little loose there coming to the white flag.
Yeah, well, I wasn't very good on a short run, so I kind of adjusted the brake bias a little bit to help me on these shorter runs and was driving it harder. And yeah, on that last lap, once I got off of two, I mean, I was really just trying to focus on not getting beat on the exit. I was kind of purposely getting beat in the middle, but because I was wanting to be sure, just nail corner exit, and it's going to be hard for them to pass you. And then, yeah, that white flag, I think the pressure was getting to me a little bit there. I was definitely sideways.
Yeah, and I actually talked to Tommy about that a little bit too with turn one. It almost seemed like I didn't expect you to be missing your marks by that much by kind of going in the middle of the track. It almost seemed like you're baiting him a little bit to dive it on the inside and kind of wear off his tires so you can get a good run off the corner. But either way, it was enough to get it done, and you made it interesting there at the end. But between pit stops and all the cautions, you were the one to beat here at the end. So congrats on your win here tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah. We had a setup change there late, but I think that was the incorrect call. An outstanding adjustment by Scott, and shout out to Brent Kirby. I think he was another one of the guys that made a really good change, because when I was testing this thing Monday night, it was it was evil down the straightaways after about like 40, and I felt like it would have probably not have made for as good as racing. And that's a tough call to make, because you have some people that aren't going to like a change that late, but I think in the end it definitely made the product better, because it wasn't as skatey down the back stretch, and it really was only getting skatey kind of around lap 65, 70 range. And thanks to you guys for putting us on tonight. You owned up to your end of the bargain that we had in the 87s, and I hope everyone enjoyed it, because I thought it was a pretty good race there. And shout out to our team, my race team tonight. We hadn't had a very good start to the Firebreathers series. Daytona was pretty miserable, and Rockingham wasn't. It was better, but we had two cars in the top 5, 3 in the top 10. So we're not looking for not only individual but a team championship.
Well, a win is certainly going to help that out here tonight. So congrats on the win, and yeah, definitely a good race by everybody out here, and some nice long green flag runs. And at the end, it's kind of par for the course. It's going to get a little bit more racy and maybe a couple more cautions at the end. But all in all, I think you guys did a fantastic job out there. So I appreciate the good show, and hopefully everybody else enjoyed it out there. But we'll let you go celebrate with the boys.
Thank you, and also shout out to the 99. At the end, it's easy to watch NASCAR nowadays, and you can get punted out of the way, but you did me clean, and I definitely will remember that. Going forward.
Well, I don't know if Scott has a rule in here too with the a Chastain move, if he ever thought about running the outside here. But yeah, either way, it was a good race by you guys at the end, and like I said, that little bobble coming to the white flag, I know it wasn't intentional, but it certainly made it more interesting. So congrats again on the win. We'll let you go celebrate.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
All right, that your winner here, the 24 of Andrew Ratcliffe. And just want to bring in one more guy here, as I see Jimmy has stepped up here in the booth with me as well, but wanted to bring in Scott Bolster, the owner and guru here for UCRL, and just wanted to give you a thank you, not just a thank you for doing the broadcast here tonight, but I thank you for letting us see your end, be a part of UCRL for everything that we do for you guys. It's certainly a blast when you have races like this here tonight. Not sure if we have Scott here in the booth or not, but Jimmy, I'll switch over to you here and ask you how your race was altogether. It was a short track, but you survived, and you were within 5 laps of the leader, so it's a win, right?
I'm sweating profusely.
Not shocked at that at all.
No. Just there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of good guys on the track to learn from. At the end, I got hard on the brakes and ended up getting into the back of Justin Kirby. I sent him an apology, but I tried to get the car woed up, but he ended up towing and parking at the end of the night. So I kind of feel guilty of that. Even I tried to avoid the accident, but so hopefully he's not he doesn't hold that over my head too long. But as we always get in the Kirby brothers trying to go rival against each other. But again, apologize to him.
I was egging it on. Trust me.
And but no, these guys are awesome. I can't thank them enough. And obviously, want to thank you for like Andrew said, for holding up to your end of the bargain and coming out here and put on a show for the friends and family to see.
Absolutely. Well, it was a blast to watch. It was a good race out there, and some nice, good green flag runs. And like I mentioned, it's very easy that some cautions could come out at the end as people get a little bit more racy, but end up being a very good finish. And yeah, I was more than pleased with coming in here and holding up my my end of the bargain from those guys doing a great job over at the Top Gun Cup and everything else that they do for CRN, and appreciate them for doing that. But that is going to do it for me and Jimmy here at Richmond. Tune in tomorrow night as the SSLMS series is going to be on tap for Dylan. Thursday night we have off. Friday night is going to be the Redline Racing League. Saturday is NRS. Sunday, the Premier Series playoffs continue. Monday, GT, and then Tuesday nights right here back in action with UCRL with the Top Gun Cup, as well as the ARCA and Truck Series for Core. So again, tons and tons of racing here on CRN. 8 broadcasts throughout the week over 6 days. So if you like racing, you're in the right spot. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Tune into everything that we've got. Thank you to everybody that has joined and subscribed so far and getting us closer to that goal once again. But for myself and Jimmy here at Richmond, we'll see you at the track.
Peace.